Hello, and welcome back to Rooted in the Seasons, where we explore how ancient wisdom meets modern life with a strong cup of tea and a dose of practical tools for real busy women. I'm Katja Patel, Ayurvedic diet and lifestyle consultant, yoga teacher, teacher mentor, and someone who helps you find calm and clarity through small daily rituals, seasonal rhythms, and timeless wisdom. In today's episode, I want to share one of my favorite teachings from the Yoga Sutras and how it can completely change how you approach stress. Patanjali reminds us in the Yoga Sutra 2.16 that future suffering, it can be avoided. Stress is inevitable, but suffering isn't. We all know how it feels to be pulled into many directions, right? Emails piling up, family needs you, your mind is racing, and life keeps us on go mode. And while stress is part of being alive, suffering is what happens when stress takes root and starts shaping how we think, act, and live. Can you see that in your life right now? That's where Patanjali steps in with one of my favorite sutras. Hiyam dukkham anagatam. Future suffering can be avoided. It's Sutra 2.16. Patanjali is not pretending life will be smooth. The Yoga Sutras, show us that we can stop pain from hardening into long-term struggle, the kind that festers and eventually shows up as sleepless nights, digestive issues, hormonal imbalances, irritability. It's prevention, not denial, a kind of spiritual medicine. And this is exactly what I teach in the Stress Less, Live More course. Learning to recognize early signs of stress and working with your mind and body before it spirals. But how does it work? Or help me, you might ask. The Yoga Sutras are very clear about the source of suffering. Patanjali describes 5 root causes, the Kleshas, or in English, the obstacles that we are all experience. The first one is avidya, ignorance, forgetting who we truly are. And the second one is asmita, ego, taking everything personally. Raga, attachment, clinging to what feels good. And the opposite, dvesha, aversion, pushing away what feels bad. And the fifth one is abhinivesha, fear, grasping at control and safety. You don't need to memorize Sanskrit to see how this plays out. It's the overthinking after a conversation, the comparison on social media, or the subtle procrastination when we'd rather avoid an uncomfortable task. I'm sure you can recognize at least one of them in your own life. I certainly can. Every time we act from these patterns, we plant the seed of tomorrow's stress. Recognizing them early is the first step in preventing suffering. If you'd like to explore the kleshas, the obstacles of the mind, in more detail, I've written about them in 5 obstacles yoga can help you overcome. Link will be in the show notes. Now, where to start? It is one thing to know about these obstacles, but what do I do now? The yoga philosophy always starts with awareness, not more effort. Notice when tension creeps into your shoulder. Catch the moment your mind says, "Oh, I'm already behind." Pause before you react. That pause is prevention. It interrupts the loop before it deepens into fatigue, resentment, or burnout. Try this. When you notice that you feel overwhelmed, close your eyes and ask, what is actually happening right now? And what am I adding to it? Or simply tune into the natural pause after your inhale and your exhale. That small space, quiet and unforced, is where awareness lives. Each time you rest in there, you're already practicing heyam, dukkham, anagatam in real life. Awareness itself grows stronger the more we return to it, just like the thoughts we feed. So we've seen how awareness really is the first medicine. It's what breaks the loop before stress has a chance to root itself. But what happens when the mind just keeps on looping anyway? When the same thoughts circle back again and again? That's where the next part comes in. The mind as Google. You know those moments when you think, I can't do this, it's too much. Or I'm too tired to even start, I have no time. That's the mind caught in one of its search loops. Our mind works a little bit like Google. Whatever you type in, so why am I so exhausted, or why does it never work for me? The mind obediently finds more of the same. It digs up proof, stories, and memories from your past that reinforce that same belief. And that's how we slide into the spiral of self-doubt, of comparison, and ultimately of low energy. This is what Patañjali meant by citta vritti, the whirlpools of the mind that keep us from seeing clearly. The more we feed a thought, the stronger its current becomes. And this works both ways, the negative or into the positive as well. Patanjali offers a solution in the Sutra 33, Vitarka Bhadana Pratipaksha Bhavanam. When disturbed by negative thoughts, cultivate their opposite. In modern words, change the search term, or what we now call positive thinking. Though, as you can see, the concept is far from new. Patanjali described it over 2,000 years ago as a way to redirect the mind's current before it gathers strength. If the mind says, I can't, pause and ask instead, what could I do towards this? Or how could I make this easier? That small question redirects the inner search engine. The mind starts scanning for possibilities instead of problems. It's not forced positivity. It's restraining the mind to look into a more constructive direction. So many people struggle with positive thinking to write because it can feel fake when we try cover a negative thought with a shiny one, and it just doesn't work. But Patanjali's teachings are much subtler. It's about changing direction, not denying what is. Now, if this intrigues you, you might enjoy reading in self-doubt and confidence what the Yoga Sutras teach us, which expands on how this teaching helps build trust in ourselves. Also, this link will be in the show notes. So today, try this. Notice one repeating "I can't" thought. Notice one repeating "I can't" thought. Take a slow exhale, then ask, what could I do? And see what shifts. This is abhyāsa, practice in real life. Two timeless tools, abhyāsa and vairāgya. Early in the Sutras, Patañjali gives us this method. Abhyāsa vairāgyabhyam, vairāgyabhyam tan nirodhaha. The mind becomes steady through practice and non-attachment. Okay. Yeah, you can. In Sutra 1.12. Abhyāsa, practice. Small, steady effort, showing up regularly for what keeps you grounded. Vairāgya, non-attachment, doing without the pressure of perfection or timelines. Together, they are the wings of balance. Without practice, the mind drifts. Without letting go, it tightens. And in between lies ease. That's where prevention happens. The same energy that fuels striving, the I can't. When redirected, it becomes steadiness. It's never lost, only waiting for a different use. So you can see how these two, practice and letting go, work like a balance and breath. One gives structure and the other one creates space. And that balance doesn't just live in the philosophy. It shows up in the smallest daily choices. Here's how you can take easy steps in your day. Here's how you can take easy steps in your day. Think of your day. Start or learn saying no before the schedule overflows. Eat to nourish your body and your mind, not to cope with the demands. Take 3 conscious breaths before checking your phone. Each of these small choices prevent tomorrow's exhaustion. This is yoga beyond the mat. Everyday abhyāsa guided by a soft vairāgya. If you'd like a few simple ways to start right now, have a look at 5 yoga tips for stress relief. I link it as well in the show notes. So, just to bring all of it together, we've explored how awareness stops the loop before it starts, how to redirect the mind's search term, and how practice and non-attachment help us stay steady even when life is busy. Each of these is a small practical way to live heyam dukkam anagatam, preventing future suffering. through awareness and conscious, steady action. Here's my final reflection. Heyam dukkam anagatam. Future suffering can be avoided. These 4 words hold the whole promise of yoga. Awareness brings choice. Choice brings freedom. We can't prevent every challenge, and we shouldn't, because challenges help us grow. But we can stop feeding the roots of suffering. So today, ask yourself, what small action could I take right now to ease tomorrow's load? Start there. That's your medicine. If you're listening after the doors to this Stress Less, Live More course have closed, you can still learn more about the course anytime. The link is always in the notes. Thank you so much for listening to Rooted in the Season. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe or follow wherever you are listening. That way you won't miss the next one. You can also download my free guide, my 5 quick Ayurveda fixes from scattered to centered, and join my Sunday Read newsletter. You'll find the link in the show notes as well. And of course, I always love hearing from you. You can message me on Instagram or drop me an email. I truly enjoy connecting with you. Until next time, stay rooted in the seasons. Bye-bye.